Hey, boys and girls. So today we are going to keep going with our math. Now, we have already studied these skills, so this is not going to be something new. This is something that we have looked at before, and what we're going to look at this week mainly is division. And then later in the week, we're going to relate how division and multiplication go hand in hand, okay? And what we're going to start out doing today is we're going to kind of back up and go back over what division is and when we would need it, okay? So we're going to use this same format where you see my screen, and we can kind of go through this together. So if you want to get you a piece of paper, you can write down some of these and do them with me, especially if this is something that maybe you need some extra practice with, or you need to go back over division because it was one of those areas that you just never completely mastered. Then I'm going to recommend you pause the video now and go get you a piece of paper and a pencil or a crayon or a pen or something like that and work through these with me, okay? And we'll do these just like we would do them in the classroom, okay? All right, at the top it says William has 12 shells and some boxes. So we know how many shells we have all together, and we know we've got some boxes. He wants to put his shells in groups of 3. So how many boxes does he need for his shells, okay? Now, over there in the blue box is where we normally would start off, and it says to underline what we need to find. So what we're looking for right now is we're trying to find how many boxes he needs, okay? And listen, I'm drawing this on my keypad, so it may get a little messy, okay? Just bear with me. Okay, how many shells does William want in each group? He says that he only wants 3, so we can only put 3 in each group, okay? All right, let's go down here where it says we're going to make equal groups. Now, division is always going to be, right now what we're looking at in division is just like multiplication, where it is equal groups. Okay, for our division that we do now, eventually you'll get to a point where you may have something called a remainder, but we're not to that point. When we are dividing, we need exact numbers that will fit inside each group. Okay, so that's what we are always remembering right now, is that we are focusing on making equal groups, okay, for our division. So let's look at those bullets. It says, look at these 12 counters. So what they did was they drew out our 12 seashells for us, okay? Thank goodness. And then it says, circle a group of 3 counters. Why are we circling 3 counters? Okay. Sometimes you can follow these steps because it's doing step by step and you have no idea why we're doing it. You're just doing what the directions tell you to do, which is good to follow directions. But if you don't know why you're applying this, then it's not going to help you very much. So you need to know, why are we circling 3 counters at a time? Because he is only going to put these in groups of 3. So each box will only hold 3. So it's kind of like this is a box, okay? Whew. Listen, this is going to be some bad drawing. I'm sorry. Okay. All right. So there's one box. It says continue circling the groups of 3 until all 12 counters are in each. It's like they're in their group. They're in their box. Okay. So now I need to go over here and I'm going to circle another one. And if you have drawn these out, then I want you to be circling these with me too. Okay. I'm going to circle another group of 3. 1, 2, 3. And then I can go up here to the top, and that left me one more. Okay. Now, how many groups did that make me? That made me 4 groups of 3. Okay, so how many boxes? Remember what our original question was we needed to answer. Remember, when you're done, look back at your question to see if you answered it completely. Our question we were looking for says, how many boxes does he need? If I made 4 groups of 3, then I need 4 boxes of 3. Okay. Oh, goodness. I'm struggling drawing on this line, guys. Okay. So that is how we work division. Okay. You want to draw equal groups. You normally, when you see division, what you normally want to think of is how many I have all together. I need to separate that into equal groups or equal boxes. Okay. That's what you need to be thinking of. So let me clear this off real quick. Okay, and on this next one, if you can, I want you to draw it out and do this one with us. Okay, this is one where we would do, I've shown you what we do. Now I want us to do all together this next one, okay? Let me scroll back to the top. Okay, so get this ready, and I really want you to do this one with me, okay? Okay, so at the top it says Sarah has 15 shells, and she wants to put each group of 5 shells in a box. So her groups that she's making, we know we're going to put 5 per box. We don't know how many boxes. How many boxes does she need for her shells? So what they've done is they've shown us how to break this down. Before you look at the steps, I want you to think in your head. I know Sarah has 15 shells. And I know she wants them in groups of 5. So how would I solve this? Okay. If this had been a word problem and none of this was down here, because remember, they break it down easy for us right here. But if none of that had been there, think in your mind of how we would have solved. Okay. All right, so if she has 15 shells, the first thing we can do, if you need to see it visually, the first thing we can do is, let me see. Yes, I was making sure I was on pen. Okay, so the first thing we can do is we need to draw our seashells, okay? So draw them in any order, okay? So there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, and 15. And I have deliberately put these in kind of random orders, okay, because I don't want to give the answer away. It told me that she wants to put them in groups of 5s. So I need to go over here and I need to count. I've got 1, 2, and I'm going to use a different color to circle my groups so that you can tell a little bit better, okay? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So here is a group that she can put in a box. Okay, and then I'm going to start here this time. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there is another box. Okay, and I know you guys could probably draw me some really pretty seashells, and yours are probably much neater than mine because I'm not good at doing this on my computer screen. Okay, and then I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I have made sure that this is equal groups because each group contains the exact same number. So I know I'm doing something right. So now I can go down here, circle this last group. Now, what you've done is you have created equal sets, okay? And remember, if I have 5 in the first group, every single group has to have 5, okay? In our division, now remember, we are not doing something called long division just yet, okay? This is just seeing how many groups or how many can go in a group with the number that they give us, okay? So we are trying to make sure that everything is exactly the same. So in all 3 of my groups, I can go back and count that I have 5 per group, okay? So in other words, there are how many groups with 5 counters to get to 15? There would be 3 groups of 5 counters. Okay, and I know some of you are probably thinking about multiplication when you're looking at this. I know this was like our first steps of division. This is when we learned about how we have to have equal groups for 3rd grade when we're looking at division. And I know some of you are already thinking, well, that's 15 divided by 5, or that's 5 times something equals 15. We're going to get into that, okay? We're kind of backing up and baby stepping through it this week just to make sure that you're ready for 4th grade, okay? So now let's go do one more. And like I said, I know some of you guys are you're totally able to do this, and it's not as hard for you. That's great, okay? If it's easy for you, then that is wonderful, okay? What I'm focusing on is that I want you to be able to do this, okay? So here's what your assignment is going to be today. And you are actually going to do it like you did your reading assignment the other day. What you're going to do is you're going to get a piece of paper or if you have construction paper, if you have some notebook or lined paper, or maybe you don't have paper around the house and mom and dad have a bill that you can flip over because there's nothing on the back. I don't care what you draw this on, okay? But what you're going to do is you are going to answer this problem for me. Okay, and it says Emily has 12 counters. She put them into groups of 2. Now you are going to draw me a picture to show the number of groups. And what you're going to do is you can put like you can just get your sheet of paper and kind of turn it landscape like this is, long ways, and draw me the counters, and then I want you to show me how you make equal groups. Okay, and then at the bottom, I want you to tell me what your answer was. You know, if you got 10 groups, I want you to put Emily had 10 groups. Okay, so you can just kind of draw this out. And I know this is kind of a simple lesson. That's why I kind of went ahead and posted today and tomorrow's lesson, because this just has one problem you're going to send in. But when you finish with this, there is some work in Prodigy about making equal groups, okay? So if you want to go ahead and do day 2, you're more than welcome to. Like I said, you can work at your own pace this week. But there's also more extra, like if this only took you 10 or 15 minutes altogether, then you can pause the video, draw out your answer for this, and then hop on Math Prodigy. Now, if you have forgotten how to submit this on Seesaw, let me show you one more time how to do that. So I'll go into my family Seesaw, and I'm doing it on Lily Grace's account, okay? And let me fix this to where you can kind of see me a little bit better. There we go. Hi, guys. Now you can see me. Okay, so what you will do, I'm trying to fix this to where that's as big as it's going to let me go. I'm sorry. Okay, so what you're going to do is you'll go to your family Seesaw. You're going to have your work ready, okay, completed, filled out, whatever. And then you're going to go to Inbox. Down there at the bottom it says Inbox. And you'll go to your messages. And then right there is a plus sign. You're going to click on the plus sign. And when you click on plus sign, this little app pops up. Okay, and you can take a photo here if you want to. If that's easier for you, you can just take a photo, or you can go to upload. And if you click upload, that means you already have it stored on your phone. Okay, so either way is fine with me. I don't care how you do it, either way, and send that in to me, and that will be your grade for today. Okay, because I want to see you actually drawing these out, understanding how to make those equal groups. Okay, so today was pretty easy. It's not too bad. You've got that one problem, and then when you're done, you can go on and start working on tomorrow's assignment, okay? So I hope you all have a wonderful day, and I miss you guys and love you a bunch. Bye. Love you guys.